Hi dear students, we are going to study algebraic indices in this video, or algebraic powers also we can use. Algebraic powers we are going to study, and we are going to remember the laws of powers. A to the power of m times a to the power of n, if you remember, it's equal to a to the power of m plus n. Multiplication between same based powers should be the powers should be added, and if there is division or fraction here, powers should be subtracted, and power of power is multiplication of power. It has to be. Only the difference here from the previous video about the powers, we are going to work with the variables. In the previous video we were studying like 5 to the power of 3 times 5 to the power of, let's say, 4 is equal to 5 to the power of 3 plus 4, it's going to be, which is equal to 5 to the power of 7. And we were trying to evaluate if it is possible to, if we are talking about small numbers. But here we are going to do operations only with variables, and we are not going to at the end we are going to simplify only the results. D to the power of 3 times d to the power of 4. Since the bases are same, powers must be added, which means 3 plus 4, then the result is going to be equal to d to the power of 7. And what about this part here? We have two expressions, the denominator and numerator. P to the power of 2 times 4 up it should be, and down p to the power of 2 plus 4, which is equal to p to the power of 2 times 4, 8 it has to be, and down it's going to be p to the power of 6. Then the result, it should be equal to p to the power of 8 minus 6, which is equal to p to the power of 2, or p square it has to be. Okay, we have different exercises here also. These two type of exercises maybe we solved, but I'm going to continue with this one. M to the power of 4 divided by m to the power of 2, it's going to be equal to m to the power of 4 minus 2, which is equal to m to the power of 2. It might be. Here we have different variables, m to the power of 4, n to the power of 9, and 3. So we are going to firstly group the terms, which the bases here, m4 and m9 and m3, and 9 and n3, they may be grouped like m to the power of 4 divided by m times, I'm talking about d here, times n to the power of 9 divided by n to the power of 3, which is equal to m to the power of 4 minus 1, which is invisible here, and times n to the power of 9 minus 3 can be, which is equal to m to the power of 3 times n to the power of 6 is the answer it's going to be. Or we can say like this, m3 and 6 it might be. There's no need to write the times sign. Okay, what is the next one here? Let's do this one. I'm going to group again 6 divided by 3, a6 divided by a2 times b4 divided by b3 it might be. Then 6 divided by 3, it's going to be equal to 2. a6 divided by a2, it's equal to a6 minus 2 times, this is times here, b4 minus 3 it has to be, which is equal to 2 times a4 times b1, the last one 2a4 b it might be. Okay, this is the last one, and it seems the difficulties, but actually there's no difficulty here. Only we are going to group, and we are going to apply the power of power rule clearly here, which means we are going to continue some more steps, but it's not going to affect our general rules. So this is going to be like 6 squared times x to the power of 2 to the power of 2 and y to the power of 4 to the power of 2 it has to be. And you remember this one, I explained in the class also this rule here, which is equal to, when you have power of power, when you have power of power also here, you have to multiply by the powers. But what about 6x or here instead of these numbers, let me give a times b to the power of n. It should be equal to a to the power of n times b to the power of n. N, it should be not 4, it should be equal to n, which means that here we are going to distribute the power in multiplication, which means I distribute the power here 6, then to x squared, then y to the power of 4. We are going to do the same thing for the next one, 2 cube x cube and y cube it has to be, then down 12 x 6 and y 8 it has to be. Okay, then what should be here? 6 squared is equal to 36 times x squared is equal to x to the power of 4, y to the power of 8, and 2 cube is equal to 8 times x cube is equal to, x cube and y cube we are rewriting, and divided by 12 x 6 y 8. Now I'm going to group them with respect to their variable, numbers with numbers, variables with variables, but I'm going to keep the numerators at the numerator, like 36 is a number, 8 is a number, and divided by 12. These are the numbers part. x4 times x3 divided by x6 it has to be, then times y8 times y3 divided by y8 it has to be. Then the result is going to be, here I can simplify 36 by 12, this is equal to 1 and 3, so this part is going to be equal to 24. Here x7 divided by x6 times y11 divided by y8, which is equal to 24 x7 minus 6 y11 minus 8, which is the last step. 24 x1 is not written, the power is 1 is not written, then y3 it has to be. So as you see, the operations, they are not difficult here, only we have to be careful about while we are doing the steps here. Okay, the next one, negative indices. For the negative indices, we don't have different rules, only we have to be careful about this form. If you remember, if a to the power of minus m we have, which means that 1 over a to the power of m it has to be. So the negative index rule was this one. Here, what is the question? Let's say a to the power of minus 3 a5 means a to the power, since there is times, minus 3 plus 5 divided by a to the power of 2 times 0 it's going to be, which is equal to, I'm going to go downward, a to the power of 2 divided by a to the power of 0, and we know the a to the power of 0, something to the power of 0 is equal to 1 also here, and this is the second one also. Here a to the power of minus m is equal to 1 over a to the power of m. So the result, it should come up like this, a squared divided by 1, which is equal to a squared. It should be. Okay, what about the next one? Here r3 minus 2 to the power of 2, which is equal to, let me change the color here, r3 times minus 2 divided by p minus 3 times minus 2 times 3. I'm sorry. Two times 3, and here it's going to be like, we are going to get r minus 6 divided by r, actually p minus 6, and here we can do this one here, 1 over r6 divided by 1 over p6, which means that inners with inners and outers with outers, fractional division I am talking about, or fraction of fraction, means inners with inners, outers with outers, means 1 times p to the power of 6 should be divided by 1 times p to the r to the power of 6, it has to be, which is equal to p to the power of 6 over r to the power of 6. This is the answer of the question. Okay, and I'm going to one more question I'm going to solve here, and then I'm going to end. Here t3 divided by t minus 5, it should be like t3. One more time, let me change the color. Here it is. t3 divided by minus 5 minus 5, it has to be, which to the power of 2. Then this is going to be equal to t3 plus 5 to the power of 2, and here t3 plus 5 is equal to 8 to the power of 2, which is equal to t 8 times 2, which is equal to t to the power of 6, it has to be. And the rest of the exercises, it's going to be homework for us.